All right, hey, it's review day. Let's go over all of the questions that you will see on the test. And as we're going over these questions, we'll review the most important things about decimals. This review is all from chapter 1B, where it was adding, subtracting, multiply, and dividing decimals. So let's get started with the first question that doesn't even have a decimal in it. So maybe not all of them have decimals, but we do know how to divide this, okay? Important things to remember is that first number is what goes inside. The first number division is always a number that's being shared, that's being divided up, okay? Then we look and we say 1 is not enough and 15 is not enough to go into 32, right? But 153 is. And then off to the side, we're going to see how many times can 32 go into 153. My guess is it's going to be around 4. Let's just see. You may have tried something else. I got 128. Ooh, I wonder if I can do one more. Let's try 5. That will give me 160, so just barely too much. So I'm going to go with 4, and that will give me 128. And now I subtract. I'm going to have to regroup right there. So I have 13, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. That's what I thought. 25. Now I bring down the 6 and I go through the whole process again. How many times can 256 go into 32? I know it's not 5 because that's not big enough. So let's try something quite a bit bigger, like 8. That'll give me 16, 24, 25. Knew it. It's 48. Here is a hint for dividing today. If you end up with like a million zeros that you keep having to bring down and bring down and bring down and bring down, there's a chance that you missed something earlier. So it's okay to just erase and start over or skip that problem and come back to it a little bit later with that fresh mindset. You might find your mistake, but none of the answers on this test are going to have like 5,000 remainders. So the correct answer for this is 48. Okay, let's go over to this next one, which is 2,412 divided by 3. So again, we're going to put that first number into the box to be the dividend, and the second number goes on the outside. Okay, and 2 cannot go into 3, but 24 can. We're going to end up bringing down a 1, and now 1 doesn't go into 8, does it? So above the 1, we're going to say, nope, not going to work. And then we'll bring down the next number. Now I'm not going to bring down my next number until I have a number above that. Then I'm allowed to bring down my second number. Okay, so now 3 will go into 12 4 times with no remainder. We end up with 804. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, now let's review adding and subtracting decimals. When we add and subtract decimals, the most important thing that you need to do is line up your decimals. Okay, that keeps your cents lined up with your other cents and your dollars lined up with your dollars. So you're adding dollars together, you're adding cents together, and that will give you the correct answer. So make sure you line up your decimals. Also remember, if you don't see a decimal, then it's there. It's just one of those invisible math things where there is a decimal there, it's just invisible. So always put it on the right at the end of the whole number. Okay, when you are subtracting, the first number always goes on top. Just like in dividing, the first number always goes inside. With subtracting, the first number always goes on top because that tells you how much you're starting with, how much you're taking away from. So always put the first number on top when you subtract, okay? All right, let's do this one. So we're going to add right here, which means we need to line up the decimal. So I'm going to set it up like this. And if I need to, I can put a 0. What I do not want to see is this. This is no bueno because I have a decimal here and I have a decimal here. Oh, where did they go? I have these two decimals here that are not lined up. These two decimals are lined up, and it's perfect because now I can add up my dollars and I can add up all of my cents back there. Okay, so let's add them up. 1 penny plus 0 pennies is 1 penny, right? 5 dimes plus 5 dimes is 10 dimes, and 10 dimes is actually $1. So we're going to actually put that in the dollar column now. So now we have 1 and 2 and 5, which equals 8. So if we're talking about money, we have $8 and 1 penny. Or the math way to say this is 8 and 1/100th, because it goes tenths, hundredths, thousandths. All right. Now this next problem is a true and false. The answer, or the test, is going to give us an answer and we have to decide, well, is that true or not? Here's what I suggest doing. I suggest completely ignoring what the answer is and you figuring out what it is instead. What's up? You have a kitty? Oh my goodness, friends. There's a kitty in my house. Come here, kitty. Come here, kitty. Oh, look at this kitty that's in my house. Meow, meow. You are a kitty, huh? Were you just licking your paws? What else do kitties do? Say hi, everyone. Say bye, everyone. Say I have to go clean my fur. Bye. Oh, perfect. Okay, back to non-kitty stuff. So when you have problems like this, ignore their answer. You find your own answer and then compare it to what they have for the answer and see if it's true or false. All right. I just remember telling you that we need to line up the decimals, but there's no decimal here. If the decimal's not in sight, then you put it on the right. So the decimal's not in sight. I'm going to put it on the right. And I also remember telling you that when we subtract, the first number always goes on top. Thank you. Okay, go find Maya. So I'm going to put the 13 on top. And then I'm going to line up my decimals. So the decimal's right there. I'm going to put it right here. Oops. So I have a 1 and a 2. Now, put the 0 there so you can see if you have nothing, you can't take 2 away, can you? So you are going to know, oh, I just am going to regroup. I'm going to come over here and steal $1 in the dollars column, and then that will give me 10 dimes because 10 dimes is the same thing as $1, correct? So now I have enough dimes to take 2 away. I'll still have 8 dimes. Okay, now I'm going to look at my dollars. $2 minus $1 is $1, and this is like a 10, right? 10 minus 0 or 1 minus 0 is 1. So now let's go back over here and let's see. Oh, they have an answer of 0.01, which is 100th, which is very far removed from this 11.8, isn't it? So I'm going to say that's big false. I think I know what they did. Look, they went like this. They kind of ignored the decimals. They did not line up the decimal, and then at the end they're like, there's a decimal there. Let's just put it there, right? That is not correct, and you know better than that. So the correct answer is 11.8. You're going to circle false. Tune in to the next video to do the next page of the review. See you later.